This Week in Fish and Wildlife, sponsored by your local Montana Toyota dealers.
Thursday morning, time once again for This Week in Fish and Wildlife. We're outdoors at Region 3 headquarters this morning with Morgan Jacobsen. Morgan, some news for some local fishing access sites. Got a couple of updates. Let's start with Springdale. That's one we've been following here for the last few weeks.
Right, Chad. So at Springdale Fishing Access Site, just east of Livingston, is now open and functional for visitors. If you remember, as we've been talking about the past few weeks, we had a wildfire that came through there at the end of March and did a lot of damage to some of the older cottonwood trees that were in that site, which created some big hazards for anyone who was visiting the site. So that now has been addressed. We've taken down a lot of those hazard trees and stacked them there at the site. And now that those trees are no longer a hazard, folks are welcome to come to the Springdale Bridge Fishing Access Site.
I know we were talking about it earlier too. There's quite a bit of area out there that's part of the fishing access site, but that's not really at this point. I know revegetation is going to be a part of it. Those trees are still laying in there. Use the road, use the access, and pretty much keep yourselves in that area, I would think.
That's exactly right. So we're asking folks to stay off of the burned area for a couple of reasons. One, there's burned stump holes, potentially deep holes there that could pose a potential hazard for folks who wander into that area. And then two, there's a large slash pile at the site as well. We're leaving that there for the time being so that it can dry out over the next year, and then at the end of 2022 we'll burn that pile. But in the meantime, we're asking folks to stay away from that area. Use the road, use the boat ramp, and enjoy the rest of the site, which is now safe, open, and usable for folks.
That's fantastic. Another area out by Manhattan that we haven't talked about for a while, a major project going on out there for Gallatin County, and folks putting in a new bridge out at Nixon Bridge. I understand we have some issues going on out there for the next little bit.
Yeah, so last year the Nixon Bridge was replaced. That's the Gallatin Forks Fishing Access Site just north of Manhattan. The bridge has been replaced, but there's still some finishing touches that need to happen out there. So starting last Tuesday, May 4th, the boat ramp at Gallatin Forks Fishing Access Site will be closed while Gallatin County finishes up that project. But people can still use the site off the Yadon Road, which is to the east of the Nixon Bridge. And so that portion of the site remains open, but it's just the boat ramp at Nixon Bridge that'll be closed until further notice while Gallatin County wraps up the project out there.
It's perfect. Again, Morgan Jacobsen joining us this morning. Yellowstone access at Springdale is now open, but a boat launch is closed on the Gallatin.
That's right.
All right, Morgan, thank you very much. And that's This Week in Fish and Wildlife.
This Week in Fish and Wildlife was sponsored by Toyota. Let's go places.